Welcome to Across the Desk. Well, COVID numbers are up and the hospital bed numbers are down. So this week a couple of things happened on both sides of the aisle to spur the governor and the lieutenant governor to do some actions on COVID. And that's what we have this week on Across the Desk. So this week the COVID numbers have been going up, and they have been in states where the vaccine rate is pretty low. Here in Oklahoma, it's around 40-45%, and those states where people have not been getting vaccinated at decent rates, well, they're seeing a real uptick in COVID cases. And that's just what we're seeing here in Oklahoma. We have people raising the alarm right now on both sides of the aisle on different types of issues. And that's what we're wanting to talk about this week. Because one, we got people raising alarms like doctors saying, hey, we're running out of hospital beds. And then we have, as well as doctors and people in school systems and everything else, sending out emails saying how, hey, because of the Senate bill that we have, we're not able to put in mask mandates, so would you please put masks on? We can't make you do it, but we'd really like it if you did. But because there's a state law, they're not allowed to do that, which is one of the things the Democratic Party would like to see removed. They'd like to see Kevin Stitt do something to allow mask mandates to happen, because we're getting ready to start the school year. We have this really huge uptick in COVID cases due to the Delta variant, and well, people are concerned for their kids at school. Hey, I don't know that I'm real comfortable with sending my kids to school even if they are vaccinated. So we have this kind of issue going on where Democrats would really like to see Kevin Stitt put in a special session so that he could add in a mask mandate so that people can require masks in certain settings. We don't have that in Oklahoma. Probably one of the reasons why our numbers are so high. One of the many. There's other reasons why. Because we're just not vaccinated enough in the state. Because there's a lot of disinformation out there. And people who are internet doctors and internet researchers who think they know better than the degreed professionals and learned individuals who are saying, get vaccinated, and if you're not, wear a mask, social distance, wash your hands. But some of these people, they think it's a bunch of baloney, a big conspiracy somehow mixed in. Why do they want me to do this? And it's just kind of bonkers. Because here we go, on the other side of the aisle, they want a special session too. Why do they want a special session? Well, they actually want to put in place a law, some kind of government order, executive order that says private businesses cannot mandate vaccines to their employees. Let me say that again. Republicans in our own legislature here in the state want some kind of rule in place to force private businesses to keep employees who are not vaccinated. One more time. Yes, you're hearing me correctly. The GOP, the Oklahoma GOP, the party itself even, wants rules in place. Big government conservatism. They want to force of government to force employers to not put in masks or just vaccine mandates on their employees. Yes, that's what they're doing. They want to use the power and force of big government to tell private companies that they can't mandate that their employees be vaccinated, or fire them for them, or not hire them for them, or anything. Yeah, it's crazy land crazy. But it's your typical conservative cowardice on display. I mean, it is lesson number one. Likes to dish it, just too cowardly to take it. We talked about this last show about James Lankford. It's the same rule, different situation, but conservatives. There you are, right? Like to dish it. Hey, we're all about that small government, local control, let business do what they will until it's something they disagree with. And then they're more than happy to use the force of big government to force these private companies and individuals to do their bidding. That's exactly what they're trying to do. So that's what we have right here. A big old chaotic mess of COVID going on, and really it's on both sides here. So, but the wildest thing is you have these representatives on the right. Some of them we know well. We've even highlighted them on their show. Look, there's Senator Roberts. Hey, you know, there's West, and a few others that we talk about. Nathan Dom, you know, and Standridge. He signed this thing saying, yes, please, Governor. Really, they went to the Lieutenant Governor first while the Governor was out of town because they think they could, you know, muscle that guy. So they went out to him, sent a letter, since he's out of town, please put in a rule saying that private companies cannot force people to get vaccinated. Because they are. They want them to. Walmart is saying, hey man, we're requiring employees to be vaccinated. And not only that, big companies, small, big, medium, and large, are saying, hey, we're really getting frustrated and tired of people not being vaccinated and wanting to work with us or for us or with us. We're getting tired of that. We want to keep our people safe. Not only that, do they want to keep them safe, they may be liable. When somebody gets sick at work, they're liable for that. They could be liable. There's workman's comp, their workman's comp insurance goes up, somebody gets really sick and dies, they did it on their, hey, you got it at work. Well, you know, there's a lawsuit. But the GOP doesn't care, because this is really about politics. That's what it's about. It's about politics. It's all about politics. It's all about raising these people's profiles and getting money. That's what they do. And really, you know, even on the Democrat side, this, hey, we want mask mandate. I get it. Okay. Well, you know, for the kids at school, if you're under 12, you can't get the vaccine yet. You just can't, and you're at risk. And really, we've only had 15% of people between 12 and 18 be vaccinated right now. And so there's an issue there with that as well. So I understand trying to protect the vulnerable and the children who aren't able to really decide for themselves or are able to actually get the vaccine because they're too young. So they really want to protect those people, and I understand that. I understand that aspect of it. Now, how I feel about mask mandates in general, I will tell you. I would like to give you my opinion on what I think about both of these proposals that are coming out. Because these are two groups, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, wanting special sessions. One, to stop mandates on vaccines, and the other, to get rid of the mandate that says you can't mandate masks. So they're kind of different sides here. But I kind of disagree with both of them. Well, the Republican one, you know I disagree with it. I think it's out there, outlandish and kooky. I think it's totally opposite of the conservative values that they purport to uphold. It goes against that, totally against it. Here they are in a big fit of hypocrisy that I like to call likes to dish it, too cowardly to take it. Putting out a proposal saying, yeah, we don't want private companies and individuals deciding that their employees have to be vaccinated. While on the other hand, they want to get rid of that mask mandate so that people can mandate masks. And I'm going to tell you, the Republican one is obvious why I disagree with that. I totally think it's outlandish and kooky. I really think it's a violation of every principle Republicans say they stand for. But, you know, on the other hand, this other mask rule thing, here's how I feel about it. I'm vaccinated. My family's vaccinated. My kids under 18 and over 12 are vaccinated. My whole family's vaccinated. The people I care about, we're all vaccinated. And you know what? The rates of transmission, the rate of being able to catch it is low. In Oklahoma, only 3% of those in the hospital that have COVID are vaccinated. If you are vaccinated and do get COVID, you're most likely to have very mild symptoms, if any at all. You're way better off having the vaccine and getting COVID than without it, because 97% of those people that are in the hospital are unvaccinated. And I will tell you this, in Oklahoma, in the last week, 100% of the deaths were from unvaccinated people. So there you go. It's not the vaccinated people that I'm worried about. I'm vaccinated. If I get it, it's a very low chance. And even if at that, it's even a lower chance I'll end up in the hospital. So I'm good with it. I'm good with not wearing a mask. And I'm good with shaking hands. I really am. At this point, with the vaccine being out there and all the information available from degreed experts, licensed individuals who do research and development for a living. This is what they do. From these people, they don't want to take this information. Not only do they want to not take the information, they want to refute it with some kind of conspiracy or something their uncle told them on the internet. This is exactly where they're at with this. So to those people, I got no sympathy for them. I have none. No sympathy for them. They want personal responsibility so bad, let them have it. They want to make this choice to be unvaccinated and take that chance of dying in a hospital bed. I say let them do it. Because it's not going to affect me or my family or those I care about or those that I know have done their duty to protect our community. I shouldn't have to wear a mask to protect somebody who doesn't want to get vaccinated, who is perfectly able to get vaccinated. Sure, I mean, there are people out there who can't get vaccinated. They truly can't. Or even if they do, they're immune compromised to where it's not effective for them. Those people need to be extra careful, especially right now. Because until we reach a herd immunity, and the best way would be through immunization, until we reach that, these people are at real risk. And they need to be extra careful. And I'm sure that those people would love it if even the vaccinated would wear masks. Because, even being vaccinated, yeah, I can get it. But more likely I could be asymptomatic or look like a, sinus infection. You wouldn't even know. And I could pass it along, especially to unvaccinated people. But that's where I am with this. I don't really want a mask mandate. I don't want to social distance. I did my part. If everybody else would have, we'd been over this by now. So those people, they made their choice. And this goes for family too. I have family, yes, extended family, who are nuts, who are not vaccinated, with heart conditions even. Yeah, that's how stupid these people are, that I'm related to. Yeah. And they won't take the vaccine. Yeah, well, you know what? I got no sympathy for. None. They made their choice. They can live or die with it. That's just how I feel about this particular issue that Democrats want to push. And that's where I am with this whole thing. This whole COVID thing. I'm ready for it to be over. I'm sure everybody else is too. Left and right. We're ready for this to be over with. So really what we need, everybody needs to be vaccinated. They need to be vaccinated. And this crazy idea that we should just pass laws to tell people how to run their companies, especially when it comes to matters of this, where they could be sued on it. They should never happen. It goes against everything Republicans believe in. Totally goes against their platform. And the weirdest thing is, it's the Oklahoma GOP that put this out. Their own platform states how they're so pro-business and free market everything. But this, we get this from them. Yeah. So that's kind of where we are in this whole COVID mess this week in Oklahoma. On the one side, we have wanting a special session to get rid of mask rules so that we can instill mask mandates, especially at schools, which I understand. I can understand. On the other side, we have them wanting to have a special session to stop private companies in a fit of big government conservatism from mandating that their employees get vaccinated in order to work there. Well, that's what I have this week. And sure enough, we will see you next week.